Hello, welcome back. In this video, we are going to be learning about how we can add data to our database. Okay, so in order to add data to our database, we are going to be using Form, an interface in the Microsoft Access called Forms. Okay, but you can also use your data sheet, view to actually input your records. Okay, so before we begin, please go check out the previous videos and then see how you can create a table and other stuff. Okay, so in order to add data or records into your field or into your data sheet or into your database, you need to know that Access is not a file type in the sense of Microsoft Word and Microsoft PowerPoint. Instead, Access is a collection of objects, okay? Objects such as tables, forms, reports, and queries, and etc. Okay? These kinds of objects all work together to help the database to function properly. Okay, so in order to what create database that will function properly, you need to have all these objects in place. Okay, so what we are going to do now is show how we can input data into our database. Well, you can just come here, open your table, and then start inputting data from your table. But this is not advisable if you are going to give this to your customer. So we are going to create a form interface that will help us what add our records. Okay, so in order to do that, we will go to create. But before I proceed, well, you have to click on the table in which you want to create a form for. Okay, so I want to create a form for my customer table so that I can what fill in my record using the form. Okay, so I'll click on the table customer and then come to create on the ribbon and then locate forms. Okay, so this is forms. All right, so you can see here that a form has been created for me. Now in Access, the forms are provided in three views. The form. So let's check out the views we have here. So we can come to Design tab here. Okay, look for View. Okay, or we can just come to this side. Okay, right click here and go to the views you want to choose, but you can just click here, see view, form view. This is actually the form view. Okay, so we are actually in the form view. The form view is where you can input your records. Okay, so the form view is where, as you can see, I'm inputting some things over here, but we also have the layout view. Okay, in the layout view you can't really insert or you can't really add any records. What you can do is change the layout of your form. Okay, so you can see you can drag your form, you locate the layout. Okay, so you can just change the layout. You can't really design the form in the layout view. Okay, instead we can do that in the design view. So in order to do that, you go to the design tab, look for view, and then you can see here there is what design view. So this is actually where we can create or design our form. Okay, but before we design a form, I want us to input a few records in the form. So we will go back to the form view. Okay, so this is the form view. So there is a record here. Let's fill in the form. Okay, so we click. This is left at 1 because this was data type that we chose in our previous video. We chose that we want this to be auto number. Okay, so the data type of customer ID is set at auto number during the previous video. Okay, so let's go here and then type something. Maybe I want to type Frank Do. Okay, then contacts, I want to add contacts here, then location USA. Okay, email fdo at gmail.com. Okay, and then we can choose the gender to be male. Okay, right, so now we have filled in a form. We have inputted our first record, so now we want to input another record. How do we do that? Now we will come below the form here. As you can see, there are buttons here that Microsoft Access has already given us. So these are default buttons. Okay, we'll be talking about buttons in other videos. Okay, so this is a button. Okay, so this button here enables you to add a new blank form. Okay, so when you click on this, it's going to clear the record on the form and shift the table and create space for a new record. Okay, so when I click on this, look at what happens. You can see it's asking me to input a new record. Okay, what I'm going to do here now is input a new record. So I'm going to say Amara Amara Jido. Okay, and then I'm going to input location. I'm going to say UK, email amarado at gmail.com, and then gender is going to be a female. Okay, so you can see this has generated an ID for me. So Amara is the second person, but the ID number is 2 because it automatically generates some ID numbers for you because we set it at auto number. Okay, we set the data type as auto number. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to a new blank record. Okay, all right, so now let's go back to our data sheet view and see what happened. Okay, so in order to do that, we go back to our table here, and then you can see that the form we use to input the records, you can see the records appeared on the table. Okay, so the second record is not here. What do we do? So we click here. Okay, and then um we look for refresh. Okay, if you can really find refresh, you can just close the table. Okay, close the form and save it. It will ask you to save. Okay, so we're going to name this form customer form. Okay, and we go to okay. Yeah, so you can see on the left hand side here, it has created a new category called forms. Okay, if this is not here, then that means you haven't saved your form. Okay, so let's go ahead and open back our table, customer table, and we can see that Amara has appeared back on the table. Okay, there is supposed to be a refresh button somewhere here that will help you refresh everything. Okay, so please take note of that. Okay, all right, so how do we design our form? So what we're gonna do is let's close this table and then let's open our form. And then in order to design the form, you can see our form is plain and not so nice. So what we're going to do is go to the design view. So I taught you how to go to the design view. So you come here or you go to the home tab. Okay, when you go to the home tab, you can see here view, form view, layout view. So we need the design view. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and then bring this one down a little bit. So you come here. Okay, look at that, you come here, bring it down a little bit, and then we will see how we can design the form. So let's say we want to design the background color. We double click the background here. Okay, then you can see that brought up a property sheet. Okay, on the right hand side. Okay, so we are going to go to back color. You can see a couple of features here. I want back color. So I click on back color. Then I'm gonna change it to, let's say, blue. Okay. No, I don't want blue. I want let's say dark blue. No, I don't want that. I want much darker blue. No, I don't want that. So I want let me say green. No, I don't want that. I want red. Okay, so let's deal with red right now. Yeah, so we can see that we can't see the text here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna highlight all of them because we wanna make them visible. Okay, so we're gonna do this, highlight and drag all so that we can highlight all of them at once. And then you can see here we can look at back color. We want to make the back color nice, so we can just choose back color here. We can come here to these three dots and then choose the back color. So we're going to choose, let's say, yellow. Okay, so you can see, and then there is text alignment. So you want to take your text to the center. So you can see there's general, there's left, center, right, distribute. So anywhere you want to position your text, okay, for where we selected, okay. And then right now I want to change my font size. So I want to say it's at 11 and I want to make it, let's say 16, or I want to make it 12, okay. And then you can just shift here a little bit to see the entire text, okay. Yeah, so let's go back to the property sheet. So we want to make the text, bold, okay. Want to bold it, and you come to font weight, okay. You can see font weight here, then you click on maybe bold, okay. So you can see it has bolded our text. All right. So let's say you want to add a picture to the background of your form. How do you do that? Okay, so let's go to the design here tab. You can see here insert image. Okay, you click on insert image, you go to browse, then you can select a location of a picture you want. Okay, you can select a location of a picture you want. All right, so I do not have any pictures here. Okay, I have some pictures here. Okay, yeah, so you can select any picture you want and then you can have that as the background. All right, so this is how we create a form, and then this is how we use the form to input our data. So let's go ahead and input one more data to our form, and then we can see. So let's save that, change it back to form view, so you can see our form looks, designed a little bit. Okay, so let's go to next here. Okay, and then we can see that it has given us a blank form. So let's try and input another record. Okay, so I'm gonna say here to be John Doe, John Who. Okay, and then the number should be random, something random. John Doe is from France. Okay, and then his email is who at yahoo.com. And then the gender we can choose, it's a male, right? So yeah, and then we will go to the home tab, and then we can see refresh here. Yes, we see refresh here. We can just click here and then say refresh all. Okay, and then go back to our table. Okay, so you can see customer table here. Let's go ahead and open it. So you can see John Who has appeared on the table. All right, so let's go back to our form. Now let's say you want to add a button, okay, to the form. We are going to talk about how to design the form more in our next video. Okay, so in our next video about forms, we are going to talk about how we can properly design a form. So please make sure you subscribe, and so that you do not miss the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.